to me, I'ma make it clap, clap, clap. Ain't no itty bitty. If you got a nap, I'ma sit real pretty. I'ma make it clap, clap, clap. Ain't no itty bitty. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yay. Come on, give it to me. You can drink it straight from the tap. You can kitty, kitty. Can you catch it if I throw it back? That's a 50-50. I'ma make it clap, clap, clap. Ain't no itty bitty.
Big ass, big ass. She like a straight up man and get with me. I like a ball head, so shave your. She leave my tummy gun, slimy, slimy, Draco dripping. And right, bust it open for a buzz down. Yeah, up, down, up, down, up, down. Cut down on the syrup, now I'm up now. Psych, I could hit it with up in the cup down. I'ma go crazy and then shoot babies in it. But she ate them for dinner, she a baby killer. I'ma make her run laugh like track. Put my face up in her lap like I'm Mac. Ooh.
Y'all shimmy, shimmy, y'all shimmy, yay. Come on, give it to me. I'ma make it clap, clap, clap. Ain't no itty bitty. If you got a nap, I'ma sit real pretty. I'ma make it clap, clap, clap. Ain't no itty bitty. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all shimmy, yay. Come on, give it to me. You can drink it straight from the tap. You can kitty, kitty. Can you catch it if I throw it back? That's a 50-50. I'ma make it clap, clap, clap. Ain't no itty bitty.
Ooh, close your eyes cause they running back. I'ma close my eyes and imagine you was Doja Cat. Make that up, clap until it do the know you clap. I got on a 24 karat gold Trojan hat. Sit up on my lap till we overlap. You got on the camouflage thing, I got a soldier rap. If these walls is talk, I got you walls talking back. Major lead them bugaboos alone like the Arkham man. Girl, yeah, make it on, na 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 na. Stop whining, this ain't me one. I'ma fall and it then climb out. Make it shimmy, shimmy, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yay. Come on, give it to me. I'ma make it clap, clap, clap. Ain't no itty bitty. If you got a nap, I'ma sit real pretty. I'ma make it clap, clap, clap. Ain't no itty bitty. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yay. Come on, give it to me. You can drink it straight from the tap. You can kitty, kitty. Can you catch it if I throw it back? That's a 50-50. I'ma make it clap, clap, clap. Ain't no itty bitty.
Make it on, na 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 na. Stop whining, this ain't me one. I'ma fall and I'ma climb out. Make it shimmy, shimmy, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yay. Come on, give it to me. I'ma make it clap, clap, clap. Ain't no itty bitty. If you got a nap, I'ma sit real pretty. I'ma make it clap, clap, clap. Ain't no itty bitty. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yay. Come on, give it to me. You can drink it straight from the tap. You can kitty, kitty. Can you catch it if I throw it back? That's a 50-50. I'ma make it clap, clap, clap. Ain't no itty bitty.
In this house, there's some hoes 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 in this house.
I said certified free, 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that pull out game weak. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop with this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got with this wet ass pussy. Beat it up, nigga, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this pussy right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I wanna ride. I do a giggle, what is inside? Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. Pussy is wet, come take a dive. Tie me up like I'm surprised. That's roleplay, I wear disguise. I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. Make it cream, make me scream. Out in public, make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
Gobble me, swallow me, drip down inside of me. Quick jump out for you, let it get inside of me. I tell them where to put it, never tell them where I'm about to be. I run down on them before I have a nigga running me. Talk your shit, bite your lip. Ask for a call while you ride that dick. Why you really ain't never got him fucking for a thing. He already made his mind up before he came. Now get your boots, hang your coat for this wet ass pussy. He bought a phone just for pictures of this wet ass pussy. Pay my tuition just to kiss me on this wet ass pussy. Now make it rain if you wanna see some wet ass pussy.
Look, I need a hard hit, I need a deep stroke, I need a Henny drink, I need a weed smoke. Not a garden snake, I need a king cobra with a hook in it, hope it lean over. He got some money, then that's where I'm headed. Pussy A1, just like his credit. He got a beard when I'm tryna wet it. I let him taste it, now he diabetic. I don't wanna spit, I wanna go, I wanna gag, I wanna joke, I want you to touch touch that little dangly thing that's swinging the back of my throat. My head can misfire, but I need the sun. It's going and drying, it's coming outside. Yeah, I run on that thing, now the cuz behind me. I spit on his mic and I heat trying to sign me.
Y'all know I'm a freak bitch, handcuffs, leashes. Switch my wig, make him feel like he G10. Put him on his knees, give him something to believe in. Never lost a fight, but I'm looking for a beat. In a food chain, I'm the one that eat you. If he ate my ass, he's a bottom feeder. Big D stand for big demeanor. I can make you bust before I ever meet you. If it don't hang, then he can't bang. You can't hurt my feelings, but I like pain. If you fuck me and ask who's is it when I ride the dick, I'ma spell my name.
Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Now from the top, make it drop. That's some wet ass pussy. Now get a bucket and a mop. That's some wet ass pussy. I'm talking wop, wop, wop. That's some wet ass pussy. Macaroni in a pot. That's some wet ass pussy, huh?
It's your girl Tuta, better known as Toy, and you are now tuned in to Cognac Conversation. That's right, you bitch. It's Triple C live on the Streetz Radio. Y'all know we the hottest internet radio station in the D, my baby. All right. And we got a special guest in the building now. We got a special guest in the building, y'all. He goes by the name of Valid, okay?
Yeah. What up, though?
What up, though?
Yeah.
It's so dope to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming. For y'all who don't know, Valid is a really dope artist, y'all. He got a new album, but a new song that dropped yesterday, right?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Buried Alive. All right, so why don't you go ahead and what I want you to do is like let the people know who is Valid.
Man, Valid is a hip hop artist, an MC from this neck of the woods. You know what I'm saying? Just I'm into that dope shit, man. That real shit. That shit you can feel in your gut, feel it in your soul type music.
You got the real hip hop popping off, huh?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's all real to me. It's all real. If it's real to you, it's real. You know, if it floats your boat, then it's real. But there's a specific sound, definitely a specific couple different vibes I like to fuck with the most. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so if you looking for that real shit, that shit you feel in your gut, you know what I'm saying? Look no further, baby. It's a man, it's the big Valboski. You know me.
Valboski, all right? I see you out here.
Yeah.
All right, so, how long have you been in the music industry?
Well, approximately 10 years.
10 years. 10 years strong, all right?
Yep. And, 10 years, and I'm still trying to figure out how to hold the mic. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, it's just kind of doing what it want to do right now.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's going to go back on its own.
As long as y'all can hear me, then we good.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been out here, you know, about 10 years ago I started hitting the local, like, Detroit hip-hop scene and passing out mixtapes and selling little mixtapes out my backpack and shit like that. And ever since then, it's just been building, taking, you know, sometimes you take L's and then sometimes the world gives you blessings, and just continuously working on my craft, like, hard as hell. That's really what everything boils down to for me is the shit gotta be dope. It's really what it comes down to me is I'm trying to be, you know, above any good looks I can get, you know, any social media post, anybody, you know, following me on Instagram or any amount of money I can make out of this, that's all secondary to when you hit play is the shit dope.
That's important.
Music first.
So it's safe to say Valid ain't on the clout chasing bullshit.
Nah, man.
All right.
Nah, man.
All right. So and that's what I like, cause like clout chasing sounds fun, and you know the gimmicks and stuff that people got to come along with it. It's fun to watch, but at the end of the day, when I play your music, am I vibing my head to it? Is it making me think? Am I vibing out to it?
Right.
And
that's really
that's
what it is, man. That's the point of art. All art, not just music, art in general. What's the point of it? It's expression, and it's supposed to resonate. It's supposed to, resonate with your soul, with your mind, or with your body, or all three at the same time, and there's a million different ways of doing that, but at the end of the day, that's the most important thing to me, is that the shit resonates with someone in some shape or form.
Definitely. So it's safe to say also, because I like saying it's safe to say, but quality over quantity.
Absolutely. I'd rather put out a little bit of music that the shit is, fire, than just flood the market with a lot of shit so you see my name everywhere.
All right, I feel that. So what would you say, like, inspires you most when, like, it comes to music?
Real life. Just shit I've lived through, shit I've seen. Like, for example, my album I dropped last year that a lot of people, seem to fuck with a lot.
Okay.
The Mihailo album. That's my real name, Mihailo. It's very personal. It's very deep. But it kind of goes back to the last thing we said. I had to live for 30-some years to make that album. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm in no rush to make another album, or at least an album like that. I'm now when I'm still making a lot of music, but I got to go different places. So now I'm finding inspiration from different places, different concepts, because I don't know if I'll ever be able to make an album like that again, but that was, I would say, probably the most fulfilling music I ever made in my life was the Mihailo album, just because it came from life experience. So I got to live now for a few more years again before I could write a project like that once again, basically.
I feel that, because I feel like life is the best teacher. It gives you the best experiences and everything. Yeah. So it's like when you put that into your art, your craft, I feel like it's more genuine.
Absolutely.
And you'll be able, I think people will also be able to relate with you better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I also feel that what else inspires me other than just obviously my everyday life? Hearing other dope MCs inspires me. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't necessarily mean inspires me to sound like them or whatever, but I know when, for example, if I'm riding out and I'm listening to Royce the 5'9" and he be spitting that shit, that make me, the warrior in me comes out. You know what I'm saying? It's
I'm ready, let's go.
Yeah, like, okay, you can do that with words. Well, I can too. Like, there's a, I don't even want to say competitive. It's just like when you hear,
it's kind of like a inspiration in a way, like, it's, and it don't necessarily mean like, oh, let me try to be better than this person. It's just good music gonna inspire another good artist.
You
like,
know what I'm saying? If I play the saxophone and I'm in the room with a bunch of dope saxophone players, it's gonna make me want to like go home and practice and make sure I can hang with them. So when I listen to motherfuckers like Royce, Elzai, Sean Price, rest in peace. When I hear them bars, man.
It gets you going.
It gets me going. Or sometimes it's not even lyrical shit. It's just the energy. Busta Rhymes. I hear some Busta Bust.
Oh, he got an album coming out.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Oh.
Trust me,
I can't wait to hear that.
Busta Rhymes shit. Come on.
Busta. All right, so we got Berry Loud. Oh, and before we get to that, we're going to go ahead and get to Berry Loud. We'll come back and talk about these drinks we got here, y'all. This is Chronic Cognac Conversation, and we got the Chronic. Well, I had the Chronic before I came in. You smoke?
Every now and then.
Okay. And we got the cognac here, so we'll talk about that in a minute. We definitely go pop it off with this conversation. Now, you got a new, I keep saying album.
Single.
Maybe I'm about to speak something into existence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a new single, presented by LMG, Legendary Music Group, and Fundamental Music. Shout out to my peoples out in LA, produced by Justin Trugman. Now, Justin Trugman, Google him. Do your research. He's Grammy Award winning. He did work on the Slim Shady LP, all that classic old M shit, and just a lot of stuff in different genres of music, hip hop, pop. But he produced this record, and it's just it's not a typical Valor record, but that's why I like it. It's something completely different than the usual, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? He sent me the beat. I heard it. and I just put myself in the concept of it's a metaphor. You know what I'm saying? It's when I say buried alive, it's like overcoming shit. You know what I'm saying? People, putting you down, and it's just kind of like I'm coming back from the dead, and I'm coming for you motherfuckers that done buried me alive. That's kind of the point of the record.
Coming for that ass, all right? Yes. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get Buried Alive debuted on the Streetz motherfucking radio, all right? So why don't you go ahead and introduce Buried Alive, and I'm going to get that popping for you, all right?
It's your man's Valid, new single. Shout out to LMG, Fundamental Music. Shout out to my man's JT. It's the one and only, your man's the Big Val Boski, and I'm coming back from the dead, motherfucker. This Buried Alive. Come on.
To rise up and stand out the soil. Thought I'd let you know all your plans have been spoiled. Thought I heard you say I was dead and gone. Dead wrong. Now can we get along? Hell no. Go run and tell your friends that I'm coming for revenge and my hunger never ends. Remember me? I bet you thought I'd never wake. Rest in peace. Tell the tape, get it straight. Cause today I switched what the letters make. Relish in pleasure when I get revenge in place. I've been kicked so dry, choked out, land out and buried alive. Buried alive, but I've been there, done that. Still gonna come back, cause I'll never die. I'll never die. I've been kicked so dry, choked out, laying down and buried alive. Buried alive, but I've been there, done that. Still gonna come back, cause I'll never die. I'll never die. You the soft type, talk that and standing back. I'm more like Sean Price, hit you with a random max when the razor blunt. I ain't ran a blade in months when I swing and connect, correct. This thing suck, plus the shave and cut. And I'm in this wigs. I'll be sure to make sure your arm in your legs and any other little body part of your stairs. When I send you back, never said you'd be intact. You see in the box and I'll be seeing it drop. Lately I've been seeing Mr. Reaper a lot. The next time we probably chop it up is at your funeral. He said, Val, it's some time before it's time for you to go. I've been kicked so dry, choked out, land out and buried alive. Buried alive, but I've been there, done that. Still gonna come back, cause I'll never die. I'll never die. I've been kicked so dry, choked out, land down and buried alive. Buried alive, but I've been there, done that. Still gonna come back, cause I'll never die. I'll never die. Oh my God! That's just too dirty!
Yeah. Buried Alive. Your man's Valid. Shout out to JT, man, on the production tip. And go get that. It's on all platforms. You know what I'm saying? Go get that shit. That's like play that shit in the gym when you're working out or some shit.
That's definitely a goal song. Like, okay, so Buried Alive, I like it.
Thank
it.
you.
So
Thank
for
you.
y'all listening in through the app, or rather if you're watching on Facebook, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you download that Streetz with the Z313 app. I'm like it. I like it. I'm fucking with Buried Alive. I want to know what y'all think. You know, so tap in, give your opinion. And if you want to follow Valid, why don't you tell people how to find you?
Valid313, VALID 313, Valid 313 is all the social media. My website is valid313.com. You know what I'm saying? Go. You know, if you're just learning about me, do a little bit of research, read a thing or two, go listen to some music. You know what I'm saying? My name is Valid, but all my social media and website and everything is Valid313. Go buy you a t-shirt, go buy you a vinyl record. You know what I'm saying?
Get
Support the cause, baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
Keep
so
the music going.
What inspired Buried Alive?
The beat, really. The beat, I heard the beat, and I knew kind of the way that the production was headed towards. So I had to put myself in a certain mind state. You know, I put myself in a mind state like if you're in a boxing fight and you're getting your ass kicked, but there's a few more rounds to go. You know what I'm saying? And you out there getting buried. And you got to come back from the dead. You know, or if it's game 4 and your team is down 3-0. You about to get swept. Oh shit, we about to come back from the dead and win 4 straight. That was the concept. That's where I was coming with it.
Okay, I like that. Because when I listen to the song, I'm like, you know, everybody had that experience where you didn't kick me, you didn't try to bury me. I'm still here, motherfucker.
And I'm still here, baby.
I'm still here. So I was feeling that.
Yeah.
I was feeling that.
Yeah.
All right, so
we're here.
What would you say was probably like your toughest time within the music industry? That's when it make you think.
There's definitely been situations, man, without getting too deep. Usually, especially when you start, you know what I mean? You start, nobody rocking with you. The toughest obstacle, I would say, is winning people over. And I was my own worst enemy for a long time. And, you know, it sucks. But when you go back to, like, a lot of my earlier shit, it's not that good. I'm going to just say it like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't.
I mean, that's real.
That's keeping it 1,000. So a lot of people always said, you know, man, you cool as fuck. You got a good attitude. My work ethic. Can't nobody see me on no work ethic shit. But the music it wasn't hitting like that. And but I always believed in myself that I had the capability of being the greatest rapper of all time, even when it was not good. So it was trusting in yourself that you can do anything. And that becomes very challenging to do. And now here we are at a point where shit is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, the motherfuckers, I wish I had, you know, not that I need anybody's co-stamp or co-sign. So that's the first advice I give anybody getting them. You don't need anybody's co-sign. Right. But there's definitely people you respect for, again, what, like how the conversation began. Musically, you respect what they can do.
Exactly.
So, like, you know, back to that saxophone example. I sucked at playing the saxophone. But I was, you know, a lot of saxophone players respected me for my personality and my work ethic. Okay. But none of them expected me to walk in the room and wow them. You know, but it took years of working on the craft. So that was a big obstacle, is removing what probably people once thought of me, who I was. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as the bars and the flows and the cadence and the breath control and the lyrics and all that shit. It was reestablishing a new identity, a new reputation.
And was that difficult for you?
That was very difficult because a lot of times you get one first impression.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? You meet somebody the first time and you're an asshole. It's hard to remove that. So the first time you hear an artist, you see their name and the shit, you don't like it. There's only one. You only get one first time. So it's hard as fuck to get a second chance. But basically, the way I kind of overcame that was keep expanding my brand to new listeners. And then when them people who were probably sleeping on you for a minute, when the people were sleeping on you and shit like that, my bad, that shit just threw off
I am so sorry about that.
I thought somebody was in the room talking. With the people that used to like sleep on you, and probably rightfully so, they had to see other people like, wait, y'all fucking with this guy over here? And then when they recheck you out again, like, so many people tell me, like, that doesn't even sound like the valid that I knew.
You once knew. Okay.
You know, people thought I got like ghostwriters and shit. You know,
oh damn!
Like,
I think that's a compliment. I guess some people would be like, "Damn, you got a ghostwriter."
It's funny too because so many people had said shit like, I don't mean this in no disrespectful way. Like when my album came out last year, they were like, "I didn't think you were able to do anything like that," and I don't take it disrespectful because I know they mean it as a compliment, so I take it as a compliment, and it's just like, well, that was then, this is now, and you know what I'm saying? You talking to one of the slickest out, baby. You know, that's kind of how I feel. Like on this mic, you know, is I feel sharp as fuck. I feel confident as fuck on the mic. You know, that's basically, so where I'm at with it.
So, like, how do you go about getting ready? Like, you know how everybody has their method of when they write in. Like, are you a writer, or you go with the beat, or do you write and then get the beat?
Lyrics come to me all the time, so I'll put them in my phone. I'll put them away, and then when I hear a beat, or if like somebody hits me up for to jump on a track, it's kind of like what I'll do is I'll go in the phone and I'll see if these lyrics match the content of what I'm trying to say, and if they do, because I probably wrote them with some type of cadence in my head,
Gotcha.
when I put them in my phone 3-4 weeks ago. And if I can translate that to the current beat,
Match it up.
and if not, and if so, then yeah. But I get in that zone. If I hear a certain title or a concept, shit just starts kind of coming to mind, and it's like one bar after another, and the doper you get at this shit, it's a real true fact that the bars come to you.
They
You
come.
ain't even thinking about them no more. They just kind of falling out of thin air. It's kind of how I feel about it.
That's how I feel about cooking sometimes. Like, I don't measure. I just sprinkle until it's time to stop. Like the seasoning guys
You
be
just know
talking
you
to
got
me.
that
Yes.
vibe. You got that feeling.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
All right. So, what type of feedback do you get, like, from family and friends? Like, how's that inspiration for you?
I would say, just like I was kind of saying, even with the family and friends, they were like, "What are you doing?" You know what I'm saying?
They're like, you know what? Stick to your day job.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of that. And there was also definitely, even if you are dope, come on, man, it's the music industry. There's a billion rappers out there. You know, so, and I get it. It comes from a place of care, like, yo, go to college, get boom. And I did go to college. I did graduate. You know what I'm saying? Wayne State Warrior. What up, dope? But it was, I think now, when they see all the shit that's happening, and like with my parents and stuff like that, when they finally see like what was supposed to happen this summer, but they got ruined because of COVID.
Yes.
It was like, oh shit, this is serious now. Like this ain't no joke no more. This ain't really chasing it no more. It's here, baby.
It's here.
But
Okay.
you know, and the opportunities that I had, they're still there. We're just waiting for this COVID shit to move out the way, and then we hopping on some planes, baby. Get that passport stamped up. Let's
Yes.
go.
All right. So when it comes to the music, do you feel like this may be a touchy question for some, but we gonna keep it real on the show?
Okay.
Do you ever get any pushback because of your race in the music?
When I was younger, yeah, I think hip hop is in a different place now,
Yeah, I agree.
where it's not that big of a deal, you know, but it's always gonna exist. I don't think there's much pushback, but there's definitely a, especially when you from here.
People be sad at it like, oh, you rap?
Yeah, when you from here,
Then they hear you and
And-
like, oh shit.
and there's already a guy that's one of probably the most famous human on earth. Eminem is from here. You know, it's definitely
They compare you guys?
and it cannot work in your favor. Like people will always compare you to that, even if you're a white rapper. Now, let alone me. Okay, not only is your skin white, oh shit, you're from the
And you from
same.
Detroit?
You're from the same hip hop scene as him, and oh shit. My main producer, DJ Head, it was Eminem's main producer and DJ
really? Okay.
and shit like that up until M's like third or fourth album.
Okay.
So, but I think
You guys got totally different sounds.
total different
though.
sounds, total different vibes, and I love Eminem. You know, I grew up a giant Eminem fan, so that's, you know, it is what it is. I got nothing bad to say about him.
Okay.
But it's a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's a different. Like I probably wouldn't be opening up for Eminem if he went on tour because just the music is so different vibe.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna throw me on the bill probably with somebody more like
I can
Most Def, Common,
Yeah,
Nas,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
When
Slum
I
Village,
listen-
Detroit hip hop shit.
Yeah.
So it's a different vibe and it's a different atmosphere. Even though we work with the same people, you know what I'm saying? I can't say I work with the same people, but we've worked with a lot of like the same mutual people. Like my man's Justin Trugman that produced that Buried Alive joint. He did production on the Slim Shady LP.
Okay.
DJ Head, you know, DJ Head is my main producer. He's my customato. That's my Mr. Miyagi.
Okay.
He made the beat for Renegade, for M&J. You know what I'm saying? So that's my guy. So it's being in the same family
Circle.
tree, same circles and shit that we call Detroit hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like I got the joint with Kid Vicious. Kid Vicious, he's right there under M with Royce and them. So it's like, you know, with that being said, is that comparison's always going to be there, and it's all right. I just take it, and again, it always goes back to how this conversation began. Let the music speak for itself. When you hit
music
play, you
speak
gonna
for
see
itself.
this ain't. It's not even in the same like subgenre of hip hop of most of the shit that M does. Now I could
Gotcha.
definitely get down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
that
so-
Buried
so you
Alive
say you
joint
got
is
bars,
like,
so-
you know, we could do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I could definitely go in any direction. But when I'm just me at my at neutral, in my neutral state, it's a different vibe than him at his neutral state. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we got quite a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 or 6 songs, because one of them is a double, songs for you currently in rotation here at the Streetz Radio. And I'm listening to your music, and I'm like, damn, this dude kind of fucking dope. Okay,
Thank you.
so
Appreciate it.
I had to reach out. I'm like, no, he got to get on the show. So, pleasure having you here. Most definitely, we are going to get into another one of your songs, and we gonna go with it. And the reason I had asked, like, if you get any pushback, because this next song that we are gonna play, I know sometimes growing up in Detroit back in the day, things were difficult. Things were difficult, and so that's why it led me to ask that, because you never know if there's another artist out there who feels like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop isn't just for black people. I do feel that we created it, but it
Absolutely.
is, hip-hop is a culture for all races.
It is, but at the end of the day, so is you know, a Mexican person can open up a Mexican restaurant, and it's for everybody to eat there.
Exactly.
And anybody can learn how to make Mexican cuisine and work there. You don't necessarily have to be Mexican, but at the end of the day, it's Mexican food. And at the end of the day, in my heart, in my mind, hip-hop is black culture. And black culture, African-American culture runs the world on some real shit. You know what I'm saying? It defines what's cool. It defines what's fresh. It defines dress, slang,
it's a whole movement.
It's a whole movement. And me not being African American, I have to respect that. You know, I have to respect that I discovered this, you know what I mean? And I fell in love with it. And
so when did you fall in love with hip hop?
Oh man, yeah. I'll tell you, Biggie Smalls. And so I think with that being said, we should do a better job at how than our elders did, like when you look at rock and roll culture and rock and roll music, that's black music, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, now when you turn on the TV, well, people don't even watch music videos on TV anymore.
Yeah.
When you go on YouTube, you know, and there is, don't get me wrong, you know, there is like black rock bands out there, but it's associated in the general public that rock and roll music is like white music, while rap is black music.
Because
know what I
lie,
mean?
like that was my thought process
For a long time, for many people. So I think now we should learn from the past and make sure that no matter how many rappers of how many different cultures come through, because when DJ Kool Herc invented hip-hop in the 70s, he said it himself, I didn't invent this for black people, I invented it for anybody who wants to get down.
Yes.
But you have to respect where it came from. It came from inner cities, black neighborhoods, you know, black and Latino neighborhoods in New York. That's the nucleus.
And
you see what I'm saying? And you have to respect that. You have to always pay homage to that, and you have to protect that. You see what I'm saying? And you know, my music that I put out is even though I'm not black, is black music. DJ Head produced it. You know what I'm saying? Elzai is on it. Fat Cat, Boldy James. You know, I'm blessed to be born where I was born, and I'm blessed to participate in this, and I'm gonna always respect that. At the end of the day,
that's
I'm gonna always respect that.
That's 100. If you can't respect this man off that alone, and he got some dope music, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate that. We gonna get off into your next song. You want to go ahead and introduce it?
Which one was it? I don't know which one you want to play.
I was getting to Forum Forever. You want to give a background on it?
Yes. It goes back to actually the conversation we just had. So my parents, they're from Serbia. You know, I'm both of them are. I'm first generation here in America. And it's just, when you look at my name, Mihailo, and everything like that, my concept of the verse was, even though I'm born and raised here, you know what I'm saying,
You still got your roots.
Still got my roots, and even in the eyes of a lot of American people, I'm always going to be a foreigner. Even though I'm born and raised here, American citizen and everything like that, I'm still foreign. And that's just kind of, growing up, I always felt somewhat different than like the other white kids that I was around. The Steve, Johns, Daves, you know what I'm saying, who their parents have been here, their ancestors have been here for generations. You know, and I'm not. I know when I went home, I went home to a different type of household than they did. So with that being said, that was kind of the concept of this record, that no matter what, I still feel like a outsider here. I've still been treated like an outsider. You know what I mean?
That's kind of like why I was asking earlier if you experienced kickback from people still.
I would say, and this goes back, so if that's the question, I thought not just in hip-hop, but just in life, if I've ever felt treated differently, looked at differently, it was from other white people.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's from growing up and being at school, and, you know, the American kids, I'm American, but the American kids, like, whatever, kind of looked at me like, you're obviously something different. You know what I'm saying? I eat different cuisine. I have a different cultural background. This, that, blah, 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 blah. So that's the concept of this track. And then we threw my dog, Boldy James, on that motherfucker. Talk that shit. Shout out Griselda Records. Shout out Boldy James. You know what I'm saying? So he came through and I hit it. We both hit the song kind of from the same angle, but with a different approach. I hit it from a deeper meaning. Like, you know, how does it feel? And it's funny, ever since this song came out, not just like kids like me from Serbia or some shit like that, but kids who got parents from different parts of the world started posting this song like crazy, like related to it. It didn't matter if they were Arabic, Japanese, you know, wherever the fuck they were from, African, you know, if they were from Nigeria and they were born and raised in America. They felt different. They related to the joint of people like me are in a weird zone, because it's like, in America, we're not American. But to our people back home, from whatever country we're from,
they'll feel you're not a part
of that, because we're Americans. So no matter where we go, we're the foreigner in any aspect. So that's kind of the concept of the shit. Is just you know, we're foreign forever, and if it's gonna be like that, we're here to get this money. That was kind of how I approached this shit. It's like, all right, cool. I embrace that I'm foreign forever, and then Boldy James came through talking that shit. So it's valid. Boldy James, Foreign Forever, produced by my dog The Saint, and off the Plum Brandy EP. Shout out DJ Fat Philly overseas, Alternativa Radio, BlackoutHipHop.com. Shout out to them for, you know what I'm saying, promoting this album. And Foreign Forever, valid. Boldy James, spit that shit. Let's go.
Yo, look. Back in 6th grade, 1998, I had a substitute who mumbled through my name, and I knew it was mine. It happened every time she asked if you don't mind. From where had you came? Here, but my parents Yugoslavian. White boy laughing like, fuck y'all, we bombing them. I got up in his face, said that was a mistake. About to throw some bombs on him, got taken out the game. When the sub made us sit, I sat and closed my fist. My mama cried when she saw her country blown to bits. I'm a foreign kid, so I gotta score some chips. Copper foreign whips, them expensive golden wrists. She worked too hard for too long. Where she from, out of mind. Too many dark days for her sun not to shine. See, you couldn't be without us, yet you demonize us. Born and raised here, put me with the outsiders. So we them outcasts, the one you callin' weirdo. Out for the cash, no longer can we be broke. Stunting on your ass, we can evil with our ego. Or maybe it was that we see your evil to our people. Doesn't even matter, the color of creed, so the dream. Then you occupy the country, then leave. Love when she scream my foreign name. American woman loves the features of my big foreign frame. When the land I call home, I'll be foreign forever. Never going broke, that be foreign forever. Crime 9-5 on my touring endeavors. You know I gotta shine, I'm exposing the treasures. In the land I call home, I'll be foreign forever. Never going broke, that be foreign forever. Crime 9-5 on my touring endeavors. endeavors. You know I gotta shine, I'm exposing the treasures.
I step, drop in with the foreign features. Me and Sir Michael of the rocks on each one creeping. Born creature of the concrete. Now we Norwegian cruise line at either poolside and at the Four Seasons. Got bookings overseas, passport stamped up. Dutchy full of threats, cognac in my red cup. At the currency exchange on the way from Canada. Meeting up with Valid on my way from Caesar's Palace. Riding dirty in the range, we be pimping and panning. Blood don't speak no English, teaching me Mandarin. Import, export, shipping and handling. Take off and touch down the same time we landing in. Leaning like the Eiffel, finna meet with my Italians. I done run Byzantine, platinum piece with the medallion. In this land we call home, I'm a national treasure. Caught a package from New Zealand, now I'm back and I'm better. Where we at with
When I
it?
call home, I'll be foreign forever. Never going broke, that be foreign forever. Crime 9-5 on my touring endeavors. You know I gotta shine, I'm exposing the treasures. In the land I call home, I'll be foreign forever. Never going broke, that be foreign forever. Crime 9-5 on my touring endeavors. You know I gotta shine, I'm exposing the treasures. In the land I call home, I'll be foreign forever. Never going broke, that be foreign forever. Crime 9-5 on my touring endeavors. You know I gotta shine, I'm exposing the treasures. In the land I call home, I'll be foreign forever. Never going broke, that be foreign forever. Crime 9-5 on my touring endeavors. You know I gotta shine, I'm exposing the treasures.
Yeah. We back. Shout out to my dog, Boldy James. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the Saint on production. And shout out to everybody who helped me put out the Plum Brandy EP. That's one of the singles off the Plum Brandy EP. Shout out to, again, Alternativa Radio out in Serbia, Blackout Hip Hop out in Croatia, the whole Balkans. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, man.
Y'all, that was Foreign Forever. Super dope, Valid.
Thank you.
Super
Thank you.
duper dope.
Appreciate it.
Make sure y'all go check him out again. You are on all musical platforms, right?
All of them. Just type in Valid, I'll pop up. Hey, yo, shout out to my guy, the 40-year-old freshman, Jason.
Yes.
I see you, bro. I got you, bro.
What up, Jason?
You already know what's up, dog.
The 40-year-old freshman. He's definitely one of our engineers here on the Streetz Radio. So, yeah, Foreign Forever is pretty dope. And what I like about it is that your music is relatable, like how we was discussing.
Discussion.
Discussion.
Yeah,
That's that.
You know what I'm saying? We discuss shit.
We discussion and stuff over here, y'all. That's that yakking. Y'all know this is Chronic Cognac Conversation. We definitely got the yak in the building. Valley came through with the Hennessy.
I
got the hen dog and dog. All right, and I got the Kavasi over here. Okay. So, Foreign Forever is pretty dope, and I'm pretty sure, like how you said earlier, like everybody can relate to it. No matter what your nationality is, if you came here, if you come here and your parents are from a different country, you get treated differently by Americans, and then you know, from your parents' home, you get treated differently from your roots.
Yeah.
And it's, you know what I'm saying, it's messed up, and we got to stop being like this, humans. Okay, we gotta stop. Like I even remember in school, there was a girl who was African, and they teased her so much.
Right.
And I was like, at the end of the day, she's still a black person. Now she's African. Like, okay, whatever.
Ain't that some crazy shit?
That's crazy as hell.
But it goes both ways, though. It goes both ways. Cause I've, with my own, and I don't mean to like change the conversation,
you
but
good.
like with my own eyes and ears, have heard some like African people, like straight up from Africa, say some mad racist shit about African Americans.
Yep.
That's some crazy shit. Yeah, people are stupid.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. People are stupid.
Yeah.
So, thank you again for coming on the show,
absolutely,
y'all.
man.
We always got to, touch on the little things. Like I told y'all, we got the cognac in the building. Now we got a little conversation, okay?
Yeah.
So we gonna get back to knowing Valid. We gonna get to know Valid a little bit more, y'all.
Yeah,
so don't
man.
worry, okay? But y'all know I had a question of the day earlier, so I'm gonna ask you the question that I asked everyone else earlier, okay? It's a little raunchy.
Oh man.
But we're adults, so.
I'll let you know if it's too hot for me.
Okay. So let's say you and your partner that you are currently with, Y'all, they came over and y'all chilling. And, y'all don't use condoms, basically. Okay? You guys are having unprotected sex.
That means we're married.
For some people, they don't be. So some people, they not. Okay, so look. You get ready to provide them with what I'll call FaceTime. And you realize that their genital area smells like a Hot Wheels shop.
Man, this is already too hot.
It's too much?
Yeah, what's going on here?
So that's the question though. Like, what would you do or say if that happened? At a Hot Wheels shop, you already know. Condoms smell like Hot Wheels shops.
Here's how I'm gonna answer that. I don't like to imagine myself in situations that I don't want to be in.
Okay, I can.
Or have never been in. So I don't know how to answer that. Because I've never been in such a situation.
You're not sure how you... Because that's fair to say. Because I didn't have people... Like, I don't know how to respond to that.
Now,
because
if you ask me, how would you react if you on a, you know what I'm saying, a Lear jet and you about to go perform in, like, Ethiopia? I've never been in that situation. But I like to imagine myself in that situation.
That's fair to say. Because I low-key wouldn't want to be in that situation either.
I think what you put in your brain...
You manifest it?
Yep.
Oh, wait, I want to take that question back then.
There you go.
I definitely don't want to manifest that.
Something good, baby.
Listen, okay, so that was my question for Facebook, and usually when I put crazy, you don't follow me on Facebook. Instagram is my calm area. Yeah. Facebook is the craziness. Oh. And I intertwine the two on the show just to, cater to both audiences. So that was the question that was put up on Facebook because the craziness goes down there, and I usually have people send me like situations or inbox things or topics. That was one of the things.
Okay. Well, you got some crazy listeners.
Yes,
hey, I'm sorry. Do. And if somebody thought of that, they probably lived through it.
They probably have.
And I'm sorry.
Like I'm sorry.
Here's my answer to every question in life. Mm-hmm. Okay. And this is gonna sound so unrelated to your question and way too deep. Like,
no, you good.
But I think of life like this, man. When you start looking at things in the totality of everything, you think of all the humans that are on Earth right now with you. You think of all the humans that lived before you were ever here. You see what I'm saying? Ever, since the beginning of time. There's a lot of fucking people.
There are.
Billions upon billions upon billions.
What the hell they burying all these people?
You know what I'm saying? And then you think about all the humans that are going to live after you're gone.
Yes.
Billions and billions and billions. You start thinking about how old this place is and how long this place is, and you start to realize how small you are. And you start to realize how short your life is. You are literally here for a blink of an eye. Straight up. When you zoom out that much, and you think of all the people that have lived before you and all the people that are going to live after you, ever, that walk this earth.
You're right.
Since ancient times, since the first human.
Why focus on what you don't want to happen?
You have such a small time here. Your time on earth is such, it's like going to your homie's party, but you're not really going. You're just stopping in for a hot second. You're going to your homie's crib, but you're just stopping in for one drink, dap everybody up. All right, y'all got dip. You're just showing face real quick. That's your time on earth. Make sure you enjoy it. And don't waste your time, and don't waste your energy, and don't waste your thoughts on shit that don't really matter and that don't increase not just enjoyment but increase your joy in life. Gotcha. And that doesn't mean life is short, so I'm not saying be irresponsible and like, hey, let's go out and smoke crack tonight. Like, that's not what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Kids.
But all I'm saying is make sure your life is filled with as much joy as you can squeeze out of it. Yes, while you're here. You're here for a very short time. Enjoy it, baby. Life is just a small little party. That's all it is. That's all it is.
That's dope.
Don't take this shit too serious.
Don't take it too serious.
Don't take
so
this shit too serious.
That's some wise words.
You are a small speck of dust, a small speck of sand in an endless desert that never ends. It goes for infinity. And you a small little piece of grain of sand that fits in, you know what I'm saying, in the palm of my hand. Not even that big. So when you realize how small and unimportant you are, you realize how important it is to enjoy this life.
Yes. I agree with that.
That's really
that's some real shit. That's some real shit. And if y'all didn't learn nothing today, I hope y'all at least take that tidbit there and apply it to your life. You can't focus on the bullshit. You have to speak positivity into your life. It's okay to have fun.
Have fun. Doesn't mean be irresponsible, but enjoy yourself, man. If you ain't enjoying your life, if you're not happy in life right now, go figure out what makes you happy.
I like that. All right, so
and don't worry about other people either.
This is true.
They're scammers, they're liars, they're cheaters. Your man cheated on you. Fuck them.
Focus on yourself.
Have a great night.
Yes.
Go hang out with your homegirls.
Because you know something that I always say?
You ain't got time to dwell or worry on shit.
It takes more energy to be upset.
Absolutely it does.
Than it does to be happy.
Yep.
And why would you waste all that energy on something so negative when you could put that energy towards building your brand? You can put that energy towards new song.
Something good.
Something good.
Something productive.
Yes, something productive. I like that. That was a good response.
Like back to your question, if I'm really in that situation, and the lady I'm with, I'm suspected, or I think she's obviously doing something, I ain't gonna cry about it and bullshit. It's just gonna be, all right, mama, peace. I ain't got time to deal with whack shit.
Somebody inboxed me and said they would punch her in the stomach. I was like, wait, that sounds bad.
It ain't even worth it.
It's not worth it.
It ain't even worth it to be that moved by bullshit, man.
Yeah. Hopefully,
You can't knock me off my square. You can't knock me off my balance.
Exactly. I feel that. You know, we're going to go ahead and get into another one. You got a little bit of time?
I'm here, mama.
All right. So we're going to get into another song, okay?
Which one?
Let's go with Bottled.
Bottled. So this is probably my favorite song I ever wrote in my life. One of them. It's up there. This is one of my biggest songs of my career, you know, for whatever that word. And shout out to my man Hero, who produced the record. Shout out to Detroit hip-hop legend and world-renowned, maybe the greatest lyricist walking earth, maybe. My dog, Elzai. You know what I'm saying? World-renowned, world-respected Elzai and Jessica Caremore. You know what I'm saying? One of the queens of hip-hop and other spoken word poetry culture. I love all these people. Hero, Elzai, Jessica Caremore. The joint is Bottled. It's one of my biggest singles I ever had in my life. It means everything to me. And, yeah, let's get into it. Hey.
Welcome back, hero. Welcome back, hero.
Allow me to pour out what's too frightening to swallow. It's that kid beneath the cloud who trapped lightning in the bottle that used to be filled with rough waters with an abandoned ship that caused enough slaughters to snuff artists and make the planet rip in half like this letter I wrote was suicidal. I threw the final draft in, comparing life to a rhino over giraffe skin. That's a totally different animal that makes you want to get high than when you come down landing pools of alcohol, surfing on a rusty razor blade till dusty graves are made. This life comes with a price and there must be wages paid. Don't write a check that your ass can't cash for not breaking the seal for what you conceal in the glass. I'd rather it smash to pieces. I tell you like a wise man told me from my last releases. You should never bottle things up on the inside to laugh it off and grin wide. That's called foolish men pride.
A whole lot of that, lot of love, lot of hugs. A whole lot of land, a lot of hurt, lot of love. I don't let it rise. I screw the cap on the top, now it's pressurized. Fuck this bottle that I got for real. I think that it's time to tip the valve. Let me watch it spill. Time to let it flow. Gotta let it go. Time to let it flow. Gotta let it go. Time to let it flow. I got it. Wanted full dreams, but instead it hollow. Thought I rock shows globally with guests models. As a club owner orders me expensive bottles. Instead I'm with my band that rolls with me the empty bottles. Live, where you buy your groceries and check the lotto. Yeah, I say jokingly, but I really need some shed and tears. Got some fam and friends that's near. Still, no one knows me better than my engineer. I'm only open in the booth. No one knows the truth. Got a lot of vintage dated bottles that I never ever spoke about. Time to pop the top, some poem out. Shit that's hard to talk about, shit that be embarrassing. That pain I've tried to walk it out, the pain that I've been carrying. Fuck it, I must approach it honest. Only bottles that I wish I could return, but there's no deposit. A whole lot of that, lot of love, lot of hugs. A whole lot of lead, a lot of hurt, bottle up, I don't let it rise. I screw the cap on the top, now it's pressurized. Fuck this bottle that I got for real. I think that it's time to tip the valve, let me watch it spill. Time to let it flow, gotta let it go. Time to let it flow, gotta let it go. Time to let it flow, I gotta.
The message died in the bottle. I got a trail of purple hearts, the plot is heavy, if you follow. All these poems, all this love, wrapped around this cold blood. Words never swallow, time is only borrowed till tomorrow. Where else to put this sorrow? Daily walks through a forest of urban hollow. Obsessed with the follows, depressed by the hour. Dehydrated oceans, I just rewrote this. Another letter never sent, another rhyme I'll never spit. The place where winter went. I'm a pretty quiet heat, a flawless broken mess. Family call me Jess, a wildfire, a wildflower. I don't wanna see your mouths, emerald for your jaded wings. Keep your blood diamond, make my cage bird smile. One day you're gonna have to put that bottle down. This city is a bottle, and we all get drunk on our past intentions and everything we thought was right. And the message is still, and the message is still, so very still. The last shot heard at the end of the night. And the message is still, so very still, in the bottle.
Author, spoken word artist. Dave Chappelle takes her on tour, opens up for him all the time.
What up, though, y'all? So we are back, and that was Bottled by Valid. And who else we had on that track?
Elzai. Shout out to Elzai and the Queen, Jessica Caramore. Shout out to Jessica Caramore.
All right, and she does the spoken word.
Yeah, she's a legend. She's been a vital part of Detroit hip-hop. She used to, I believe if I'm correct, manage the hip-hop shop back in the day when like Slum Village, Royce, and M were going up there. You know what I'm saying? She was a part of that Maurice Malone hip-hop shop era. Okay. In the 90s, so shout out to Jessica Caramore. She's been putting in work since then. She does a lot of activist work, community work. You know, she's a real one. She lives up to her name. She cares more. Dope author, dope spoken word artist. You may see her opening up for Dave Chappelle and shit lately. She's signed, if I'm correct, to Talib Kweli's label, Javoti Records. Okay. And she's been on Nas's album. She's been on Jeezy's album. She's been on Talib Kweli's album, One Below. She's worked with One Below. Shout out to One Below out of Pontiac. She's been on Valid album. You just heard it. You know,
listen, okay, some greatness in here, all right? Yeah, Talib Kweli, like Talib Kweli. Now, thanks to the listen. Blame the Cavassier, not me, okay? But I will say that I listened to Talib Kweli so much in college, like that Quality album. One of my favorites.
One of my favorite albums of all time.
Yes.
Just to Get By. You remember the remix with like Jay-Z on it and shit? I remember when I was in the car, I was still in high school at the time, and I heard Just to Get By on the radio. I'm like, man, they never play this on the radio. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they played it maybe once or twice, but then all of a sudden I'm hearing different verses, and I hear like, who was on the remix? Like Jay-Z. I think Busta was on the remix or some shit like that. It was crazy. And I was like, what the fuck? In my opinion, I think Kanye's beats were on that album.
Yes.
Were on the Quality album.
Yes.
He had a bunch of them. He had a joint with Kanye West and Pharoah Monch on there. Gorilla Monsoon rap. All the shorties like, who that? And I'm a huge wrestling head, so when I heard Gorilla Monsoon rap, I was a nerd, like tripping out, like no way did they make a song called Gorilla Monsoon Rap.
They did.
And even the hook when they said Gorilla Monsoon Rap, all the shorties like, who that? Like, you gotta be a nerd, the wrestling nerd, to know who Gorilla Monsoon is. So shout out to Kweli and Kanye's best work, I think, was on that album.
That's when I was a Kanye fan, that college dropout era.
Yup.
That's the
beautiful
Kanye
time
West,
in hip hop.
like,
Beautiful time in hip hop.
Loved him.
Beautiful time in that neo soul hip hop boom bap backpack, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Beautiful time, because Quality was out here with Quality. That album is amazing. The joint with DJ Quick that was on there. Put it in the air if you got a blunt. Put it in the air. Like you started to see like these neo soul, underground, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
It's like it collided.
It collided with like
hip-hop, and
the mainstream hip hop,
Yeah.
and that's why Jay-Z's a smart motherfucker, man. Jay-Z knew, because at the time he dropped Black Album, and Jay-Z had to put that line in there. If skills so, truth be told, I probably be lyrically Talib Kweli.
Yes.
Truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense.
Hey.
Like, he did that on purpose, because he knew that shit was hot at the time. Now, that doesn't make his lyrics any less genuine. I'm not saying he was pandering to a certain audience, but he just knew motherfuckers were really rocking that shit. And he's like, oh, y'all fuck with that? I've been on that. I've been on that vibe, you know? And at the same time, while quality was hot as fuck, a year or two later, Common's album, B, came out. Go. That album, that album, B, by Common, changed my life. And it's so funny, that whole vibe, I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That whole vibe, and Quali will tell you, Common will tell you, whoever the fuck. Jay motherfucking Dilla from Detroit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Birthed that whole sound.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a couple of bangers on Quality. He had a couple of bangers on Common's album B. Jay Dilla was like, that whole Erykah Badu, the Roots, that whole Native Tongues, like that whole vibe was I don't give a fuck. That's the slum village Detroit shit, because Detroit was on that that wave, that vibe, that zone, that frequency before the mainstream was.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? That's some Midwest
I think that they
shit.
It's kind of like they paved the way for it to be mainstream.
Cats like Jay Dilla, Fat Cat, 5 Ella, Last One's Out, Low Lewis, La Peace. If you don't know these people, these are Detroit hip hop legends. You see what I'm saying? DJ Dez. I just literally came from DJ Dez's crib on the way here. You know what I'm saying? So please respect, always respect that whole neo soul hip hop sound, that genre, that vibe, that Most Def, Common, whatever. And I love these guys. They're my favorite rappers. That energy is from right motherfucking here, yo.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the whole Dilla family. Dilla's mom, Ma Duke, she helped me big time. Dilla's brother, Illa J. Uncle Herm, the holding down Dilla Donuts. Shout out to 5 Ella. Shout out to Slum V, T3, Elzai. Rest in peace by 10. That whole... You feel it in that music, you feel in your soul. That's why it's called soul music, because you feel it in your soul. Shout out to Big Tone, DJ House Shoes, that whole era that I look up to you guys. You guys are my heroes, like straight up. You know, I can never, no matter what I do in this, you guys are the nucleus for me. That's Rest in peace, Big Proof. You know what I'm saying?
Proof.
He was a part of that too, and it's just, I love it. I can't get enough.
And that's when it makes me cringe sometimes, like when people say, oh, I don't like Detroit music. I'm like, you obviously weren't listening to it. You weren't listening to it. You can't say that you don't like Detroit music, and all of these greats that you just heard, fix your mouth and say you don't like Detroit music. You weren't listening to it.
Listen, man, look, Detroit music is so much bigger than... And also, we got to understand, it's 2020. It's about to be 2021. Times have changed.
Definitely.
Time has gone by. You see what I'm saying? So right now, if you're talking to a 20-year-old girl, probably, or a 20-year-old dude from the city, and they hear Detroit rap, Detroit hip-hop, they ain't thinking about these cats, unfortunately. They're thinking about, respectfully, I say this, they've earned it.
No, I get what you're about to say.
They thinking about Cash Doll.
Yeah.
They thinking about Icewear Vezo, T
PZ,
Grizzly,
and
Payroll, and I love these cats. I love these cats. Keep eating.
It's a different vibe.
I see them, but it's just a different vibe. And Detroit hip hop don't end there.
Yeah, exactly. That's my entire point when I say
it goes.
People aren't listening, because Detroit music is bigger than just drill music.
I was at somebody's crib, and somebody asked, you know what I'm saying, and they were probably younger than me, and they go, you know, who's the hottest Detroit rapper? And I said, right now? I said, shit, if you ask me, Royce the 5'9". And they were like, man, what are you talking about? Nobody gets in the car and says, man, play that Royce the 5'9". They talking
say
about
Sada.
play that Sada, baby. And I say, one, you're wrong. Because Royce is out here doing numbers. Now, maybe because it's not on the radio like that, and it's not everywhere you look, doesn't mean people aren't getting in the car playing his new album, Algorithm. Or was it called The Algorithm? I apologize if I got it wrong, but I think it was called, man, hold on, I gotta get this right, because I'll never disrespect somebody like that and say the wrong fucking name. Shit. Let me pull it up on my Spotify.
Because like I'm
No,
looking it up too.
yeah.
Like newest album.
But you know, basically the point is, the
allegory.
Yes, I'm sorry, I said algorithm. I knew I was wrong as soon as it came out my mouth. Yeah. That album is doing numbers. Motherfuckers fuck with that. He had a song Black Savage on there with T.I. and shit like that. So it's like, don't tell me this guy ain't out here just because he's on a different frequency.
Okay, and this was released back in February.
Okay. So, Royce is out here doing it. It's
You
just
gotta
maybe,
respect Royce.
maybe he's just not doing it to the audience you're talking about, bro.
Exactly. And that goes back to me saying, when people say Detroit music isn't just, we have our own sound, but please understand that Detroit is so much more. It's,
so much more.
We have multiple genres, and it's different sounds that everyone has. Like, there's a guy by the name of Kalfani Khan, and he got the same type of music you have.
Right.
And I'm like, I like that part of Detroit music.
That vibe.
I like that vibe.
Shit.
I like that Sada vibe. When it's like, if I want to vibe out, I'm listening to y'all. If I'm trying to get hyped up and get ready
There's a time and
to go
place
out,
for everything.
I'm listening to Sada.
There's a time and place in life for
everything.
Motherfucking, I don't know, fast food. There's a time and place for that.
Yeah, you want to be fancy and eat some
but then there's a
chicken
time and
masala
place.
or something.
Exactly. I'm going to go get, you know what I'm saying?
Filet mignon.
Yeah. And it's like there's different shit. So you can't say, you know what I'm saying? You can't say Sweetwater's ain't popping because they're not everywhere like McDonald's.
Exactly.
No, they pop into their audience and their shit. You see what I'm saying? And a burger from over there costs more money than it does from McDonald's.
Exactly.
So it's kind. I always equate the like music industry to the food industry.
Okay.
There's foods of different caliber, and foods that are more rare, and foods that are more expensive, and usually foods that are more clean, like real.
This is true.
It's made by true connoisseurs.
Because I don't eat McDonald's meat.
See what I'm saying? It's made by true connoisseurs. It's made by people who actually studied and went to school and got degrees in culinary arts. You feel me? And Royce the 5'9" is a 5-star chef working at a 5-star fucking hotel or a 5-star restaurant in downtown Paris.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And not every rapper is that. Some rappers are flipping burgers at McDonald's, but they sell a lot more burgers than the motherfucker all the way up here. But the motherfucker all the way up here is a grand master, and for one of his burgers, he makes what you make for your $1 Happy Meal burger. You see what I'm saying? Different quality, different. It's a different vibe, and that doesn't. And when you equate that to the food industry, hey, young man, you out here making Big Macs and Happy Meals? Do you get your money? You know what I'm saying? But don't say the motherfucker all the way at the top ain't getting his, because he's getting his. He's just getting his from a different audience.
Yeah, you definitely have to pay respect to both. Like,
exactly.
I would never say that one is less than the other.
Exactly.
Like, it ain't even got to be
it's
a
just
competition.
A different
it's
vibe.
Just a different, yes,
and there's
it's
different music,
vibe.
and just like there's different food for different times and places. I love it all, baby.
Yes.
This is all hip. To me, when people say, "Oh, that ain't real hip hop," I used to be one of those. I used to be one of those backpackers. I got my backpack right here with me. I used to be one of those stuck up hip hop connoisseurs that was like, damn near anything that was on the radio is garbage, and da da da. And then I got
if it ain't bad, I don't like it.
Yeah, if it ain't just backpack boom bap shit, it ain't real. To me, I've grown to realize, as long as, and let's go back to another conversation we had, if it's the voice, whether it's good or bad, if it's the voice of typically young, inner city, African American youth, then it's hip hop.
It is.
I don't give a fuck what it sounds like when I hit play.
I can accept that.
I may not like it. You see what I'm saying? Because there's some trashy music out there.
It is.
But if the kids in the streets are fucking with it, at the end of the day, just like it was back in the 70s, hip-hop is the voice of the inner city youth. And that's why, unlike other genres of music, it's sometimes very biased in age. Motherfuckers see an older rapper, they say, come on, dog, you still rapping? You 50-some years old. But it's like, yo, Rakim is still dope. He'll slice you up.
Right.
But the reason why this ageism exists is because since the beginning of this shit, in my eyes, in my opinion, in my studies, this is the voice of the youth.
This is true.
Back in the 70s, the youth was tagging walls with graffiti and breakdancing on cardboard boxes. Now, the voice of the youth is what? Rocking Cardi frames. And it's probably a lot of negative shit.
And it got,
but it's pure. It's real. You see what I'm saying?
That's
why
like
I ain't got no problem with Sada Baby. I ain't got no problem with T Grizzly. None of these. I love them. Get your motherfucking paper and make your music. And if it, back to the word I said earlier, resonates with a certain demographic, that's what dictates if it's hip-hop or not.
Yeah.
It's who's it resonating with.
This is true.
You know? And that's like, I don't want to go political with it when people try to argue like, you know, Trump ain't racist and da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'll say, let's say I grant you that. Even if I disagree with you, let's say I grant you that. And I say he himself maybe isn't racist. Why in the fuck does he resonate with so many racists? And that's what makes the whole shit, that's what makes the whole shit, quote unquote, racist.
Yeah.
So if you resonate with a certain demographic, that's what makes it hip hop or not. Not
And
how
that's
it sounds. Not how it sounds. So shout out to the whole Detroit hip hop scene, from Cash Doll to motherfucking Jay Dilla, from Payroll to Slum Village and Elzai, Nick Speed, Super MC. I love it all, baby. Let's go.
Yes, definitely. So I came up with another question for you.
Come on.
Because I made a comment because I feel everything you said, and I said like that's valid. How'd you come up with your name?
There's not that cool of a story to it. I was 18. I wanted to make my music real serious and deeper. You know, that's when I got into my that phase I was just telling you about. My, you know, stuck up. Oh, I want my hip hop to be real and authentic and valid. And my cousin was like, "Boom, that's your name, Valid." I was like, "All right, cool, let's get it."
It works.
It works.
It works. All right. So, do you have like I know I kept on calling your single an album.
It's okay.
When, and you know, my apologies with that. But do you have plans for a future album or?
There's new music coming out soon. Basically, earlier this year I dropped the Plum Brandy EP, which is Form Forever, where Boldy James was off of. And the Plum Brandy EP is basically a concept. There was only 6 songs on it, where the Plum Brandy EP was, what's the word I'm looking for here? It was a concept where it was 6 songs where all the samples that we used in the music and all the producers were from the region my family's from.
Okay.
Out in the Balkan area, so ex-Yugoslavia, Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia, Macedonia, blah, 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 blah. All the producers and the samples that we used were from that region of the world. And that's why it's called the Plum Brandy EP. Because in that region of the world, like how tequila is to Mexican people, how ouzo is to Greek people, and sake is to, I believe, what is that? Japanese, yes. In our culture, we drink plum brandy. So that's why I called it the Plum Brandy EP, because that's what it was, all samples and producers from that region of the world. Okay. Shout out to everybody who worked on the Plum Brandy EP. And all I'm gonna say is the Plum Brandy EP wave ain't done yet. We got some more shit coming out within that zone, within that canon. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna shoot some more shots off with that vibe to it, because a lot of motherfuckers resonated with that shit. So it ain't done, baby. The Plum Brandy EP ain't done. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay tuned.
Brandy EP. So when you drop that EP,
I'll show it to you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Now, I'm gonna definitely need you to, you know, come make your way back through the streets with it.
Absolutely.
And I know this is Chronic Cognac Conversation. We got some smooth instrumentals playing now. All right. I'm gonna have to try me some plum brandy too. Now I'm curious.
Oh shit.
Let's see if we can get this to hold up right here. I'm gonna do this right here. There we go. All right, so everybody that's on Facebook and you watching, it ain't gonna work. Damn.
Okay.
All right, there we go. All right, so everybody's on Facebook and you watching, or if you on YouTube and you watching, we got the Plum Brandy EP here. So make sure y'all check it out. Valid is available on all
streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms. Okay, he's a super dope artist.
Thank you.
We got some vibe music for sure. And once again, I know I said it a gazillion times, but I appreciate you coming on this show.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything coming up, like any shows?
I wish we had shows coming up. Mm-hmm. This COVID shit gotta go away, man. Fucked up a lot of shit for your man's Valid, but you know what? Mm-hmm. I was in a funk. I was in a mad, depressed funk because like all the opportunities that just went to kind of. They got deaded by this COVID shit. But I had to slap myself around and tell myself stop being a baby and stop being such a crybaby. And because other people, this COVID shit cost other people lives, loved ones, jobs. So I had to tell myself it ain't as bad as you making it out to be. So count your blessings. Yeah. So I did that, and
did you find yourself becoming more creative once you got over that hump?
More creative,
or just like home.
I wanted to work more.
Okay.
I wanted to work more, and so I definitely. I don't know if I got more creative, but I definitely got more eager to write, record, hit the lab.
Let that fire under you.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like my whole concept was this is gonna pass. I don't know when, but it's gonna pass. And when it passes, just keep loading your catalog with fire.
All right.
Because you got the juice right now. That's kind of what I told myself. Like you're the man right now. Can't nobody touch your pen, and that's kind of how I felt. And so my whole vibe was like, just keep writing, keep writing. You got the juice. Just keep building the brand, keep building the music, keep building the catalog. So when this shit goes away, we hop on them planes and we get that pat. Yeah, basically.
But definitely keep me posted. When your first show hit the D,
absolutely.
I want to be there.
Oh man, you there?
I'm in the Streetz is in the building.
Every February, I mean, here we are, late October. It's damn near November.
Okay.
So every February, in the past 3 years, I've done 3 of them called Valentine's Day. So instead of Valentine's, it's Valentine's Day.
I like it.
Earlier this year, that was the last show I had. Valentine's Day at Old Miami. Myself was on the bill. Stretch Money was on the bill. Shout out to my dog Stretch, one of my favorite rappers ever.
Yeah, Stretch pretty dope.
It was me, Stretch, novelist from Clear Soul Forces, dope R&B singer Alex Wade was on the bill. Ellie San Diego hosts them all the time. And we killed it. And it was my 3rd one. And each year it gets bigger and better. And I'm just kind of being a crybaby a little bit, thinking like, damn, Valentine's Day 4 in 2021 probably ain't going to be able to happen with a crowd like the way it should. But it's okay.
It can still happen. You know what
it can still happen. Girl,
you already know what I'm about to say, don't you?
I already got it. I already got it. Don't even worry about it. It's going to be even better than probably what you think I'm thinking.
Okay.
I got a whole concept that which most likely the world is looking like, we ain't going to have concerts and full-blown sporting events in February. Because I always do it the weekend before or after Valentine's Day. And I don't think in February 21 we're going to be having full-blown concerts and sporting events. I don't think so. It's a little bit too soon.
It's like I want it to happen, but...
I want it to happen, but, I'm being also realistic with myself. But that's okay. Like, again, you just take what I said earlier. You take what this world gives you. Don't cry about it too much. We're here for a short time anyways, so
Definitely.
Make the best out of it.
Gotta make the best out of it. Definitely. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you once again for coming on Triple C Chronic Cognac Conversation. And while we here, I gotta definitely give a shout out to our sponsors over there at Community First Tax Service. Listen, y'all, if you tired of your auntie, sister, cousin, baby cousin Tracy doing her taxes in your basement or her basement, make your way over to Community First Tax Service where they can handle all of your tax preparation needs. And as well, you can always tell them that your girl Too Tall from Streetz Radio sent you. Now, don't be trying to use my name to get no discount, though, okay? Well, thank you so much. And, for the people who are still tuning in, we appreciate you. If you watch it on Facebook or Instagram or even YouTube, make sure you download the Streetz with a Z 313 app. And as always,
I got it on my phone.
Yes. You got it. It's because it's 24/7 music streaming. You get to hear your man's Valid songs. He's in rotation. All the hottest Detroit artists. We got some mainstream playing too. But keep in mind, if you are an artist and you would like to get into rotation with the Streetz Radio, you can always email music to the Streetz Radio music at gmail.com. Make sure that you send it in an MP3 format. We got dope shows here on the Streetz Radio, such as the Retired Hood Rap Morning Show, which is Mondays and Fridays from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. We got the Lady of the Night, Focus Unfiltered, holding it down on the streets, okay? And she's every Friday. God, forgive me. She's every Monday through Friday, weeknights from 9 p.m. until 12 midnight, okay? And then we got Daily Bread on Tuesdays with Tiffany, April, and Kathy. Now, y'all, this is not no church show. It's no telling what these ladies will say, okay? And you can always check them out every Tuesday from 7 to 9 as well with your girl Too Tall, better known as Toy. We here on Triple C every Saturday and Sunday from 4 p.m. until 7, okay? Make sure you tune in from 4 to 5 for that Detroit Street Mix, that Power Hour. It's your girl Too Tall, better known as Toy, and we got Valid. I am so sorry. We got Valid.
It's all good.
In the motherfucking
it's your man's
building.
Valid. I want to shout out everybody real quick that tuned in, all my followers on Instagram, Facebook that fuck with me, that fuck with my music, and you playing my shit on Spotify. I love you. I love you. I love you to death. Shout out to my dog, Zach. You know what I'm saying? I know you listening, so I told you I was going to shout you out. I got you. Shout out to my peoples, Pigpen, DJ Head, Tony Rizzo, that made this all possible. Who else? My dog, Super MC, get well, brother. Nick Speed, Elzine, Jessica Caremore, DJ Dez, the whole Detroit hip-hop community. I love y'all. And my name is Valid. You can go to valid313.com. Order you a t-shirt. Order you a tank top, ladies. We got some dope tank tops for you. Order some vinyl records, some CDs. It's your man's Valid, baby. Follow me on social media as well, Valid313. Shout out to all my pro wrestling heads that fuck with me too. You know what I'm saying? I do a bunch of pro wrestling. I don't pro wrestle myself, but I always make posts and shit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my sponsors, Collar and Elbow, Beard Balm. You know how we get it in, baby. It's your man's Valley. Yeah, and we gonna go ahead and close the show out with another song from your man's Valley. Which one? We gonna go with What Up, Though? Oh, the classic. Yes. Look. This is one of the biggest joints in my career. This was the first joint I ever had that got spun outside of Detroit on Sirius XM Radio. Shout out to my man's DJ Eclipse who had me on Shade 45 out there in New York. Shout out to all the other radio stations across the world. Chicago, fucking Serbia, Tokyo that were playing this shit. It's What Up, Doe, your man's Valid, and Slot A, my dog, Shy City, featuring the one and only Detroit hip-hop legend Fat Cat, a.k.a. Ronnie Euro. This is a 2017 throwback. This is one of my proudest moments of my life. I'm going to eat any MC up. I don't give a fuck. That's how I felt when I wrote this shit. It's your man's Valid. What up, Doe?
Shining on the streets, gotta greet me like back in it like the left side. something. Trust and believe, there's no front. Without though. We came to get paid, get chips, get dough, then dance. Without though. Back in it like we left something. Trust and believe, there's no front. Without though. We came to get paid, get chips, get dough, then dance. Without though. Fly living. I want 5 women, fried chicken, Remy bottles when I step in my kitchen. And it ready. Nothing accidentally, damn you petty haters kill me, but I'm back like Kenny. You bastards, so backwards, cash buzz, then you get that ass to quench your damn thirst. A black hearse to them actors that act worse when she ain't giving up them passwords. You insecure, cause I'm into her. Listen sir, calm down, go ahead and hit the herb. You need to chill. You can heat your grill, but beeping will expose that you're scrawny and some vegan still. To each its own. Haters reach for chrome to see the throne. The big king, they shadier than beach and domes. Hyena types. You won't need a light to see me bright. Shining on the streets, gotta greet me like that. Back in it like we left something. Trust and believe, there's no front. Without though. We came to get paid, get chips, get dough, then dance. Without though. Back in it like we left something. Trust and believe, there's no front. Without though. We came to get paid, get chips, get dough, then dance. Without though. That's what you say when you greet me. Royalty, nigga, you peasants are beneath me. You're one of the sickest to spit. I'm the MC that's cocking the hammer, too legit to quit. Detroit, Michigan, right by the thumb on the mitten. Lions, tigers, and pistols and strippers. Decaying bodies in vacant homes, they don't miss ya. Flexing your cardies on the net, they might hit ya. In my city, east siders don't go west, west siders don't go east. Shit crazy, niggas robbing, they lazy. When people get popped at gas stations daily, I'm hip to the code of the street, that shit don't faze me. Stay packing that Roscoe without the chicken and waffles. Careful when you approach and acting on macho. Situations get hostile. Fucked around, drop your ass standing over you yelling. Back in it like we left something. Trust and believe, there's no front. Without though. We came to get paid, get chips, get dough, then dance. Without though. Back in it like we left something. Trust and believe, there's no front. Without though. We came to get paid, get chips, get dough, then dance. Without though. And these eyes to see, and for the air in my lungs, I'm allowed to breathe. For my health and my frame, so many gone and they can't say the same. Thank God, I got my moms and my pops, food, water, shelter, long john in my socks, hands on glove for the cold winter days. Donate to the poor, do more giveaways. Thank God for my friends and the family. When status depends on the salary, life's a bitch, but I made the right switch. Now my life's legit, just need a wife and kids. Thank God, I graduated out of college. Man, you should have seen how my mama smiled at the whole room. Gold tune, something that I treasure. Sing with the tune if you're feeling under pressure. I'm blessed. How dare I be depressed? How dare I be so stressed? I can't pray for more when I got this much to be thankful for. I'm blessed. How dare I be depressed? How dare I be so stressed? Cause I ain't gon' go when I got this much to be thankful for. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. Switch. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. Yeah, be there. Thank God. My flows touch every continent. Doc Frankenstein. Show you what a monster is. Stay making rhymes. Take that high to the mountain tip. Higher than a roster. Get higher power pride. Thank God. I get love for days. When I put the microphone and I touch the stage. Never felt at home like some runaways. Till I hit the streets and heard the drummer play. Thank God. Rap gave me a journey. Gave me a voice when nobody heard me. I'm grateful that you're hearing this. Man, I just love the experience. Thank God. Music got to me. Instead of the everyday monotony, monopoly. Chasing paper constantly and not a dream. I refuse to forget about the God in me. Cause I'm blessed. How dare I be depressed? How dare I be so stressed? I can't pray for more when I got this much to be thankful for. I'm blessed. nothing like love from the hood. Ain't no feeling like rolling through knowing you good, cause you been keeping it real. When niggas see you, they salute you. Love from the hood, ain't no feeling like rolling through knowing you good, cause you been keeping it true. When niggas see you, they salute. Royce the 5'9", Giggy ill verses. Ryan Montgomery is the real person. No makeup, that's why you couldn't touch me up. I remember being locked up. This nigga walked up trying to battle. I went ahead and let him finish, and I told him do that again, I'ma fuck you